Have you ever walked through your front door and found your dog already waiting for you, tail moving, eyes locked on the door before you made a single sound? You think they heard the car. Most owners do. They didn't. In the next few minutes, you're going to understand something that most people live with their dog for a decade and never realize. Your dog doesn't recognize you the way you recognize them. Not by your face, not by your voice, by something you can't see, can't hide, and have carried your entire life. Because here is what the science quietly shows. Out of millions of people on this earth, your dog could find you in a crowded room with its eyes closed. Stay with me, because by the end you'll understand the one thing your dog has been doing every time it presses its nose into you and why, to them, it means you are the one person who could never be replaced. Picture an ordinary evening. The light outside has gone soft and amber. Your dog is curled on the rug, half asleep. And then, a few seconds before your key ever touches the lock, its head lifts, its ears turn, its whole body orients toward the door. You've always told yourself it heard the car pull in, or caught your footsteps on the path, and sometimes it does. But study after study points somewhere else. Dogs identify individual people reliably by scent alone, and the equipment they use to do it barely resembles yours. A dog's nose holds an estimated 220 to 300 million scent receptors. You have somewhere around 5 to 6 million. And the part of a dog's brain devoted to making sense of smell is, proportionally, around 40 times larger than the same region in yours. So when your dog seems to simply know it's you before you're anywhere in sight, that isn't a trick of timing, and it isn't wishful thinking on your part. Your dog isn't guessing that it's you. It already knows. And it knew before you opened the door. So what is it actually reading? Here's the part that surprises most people. Your body is broadcasting, all the time, whether you want it to or not. Your skin, your breath, the faint chemistry of everything happening inside you, it combines into a single mix that is yours and yours alone. A personal scent signature, a name written in a language you can't read, but your dog can. And the strangest evidence for how unique that signature is comes from a study published in 2011 by a Czech research team led by Ludwig Pink. They worked with trained police, German shepherds, and they set those dogs the hardest possible test. Could the dogs tell apart the scent of identical twins, people who share the same DNA, who grew up in the same house, who eat the same food? They could, every time. Even with that much in common, no two people smelled the same to the dog. Think about what that means for you, with your completely separate life and your completely separate body. To a dog, your signature isn't just recognizable, it's one of a kind. So that old hoodie your dog likes to bury its face in when you're not home, Gopes, the one you keep meaning to wash it, carries a version of you that nothing else on earth can copy. To your dog, you don't look like you. You smell like no one else who has ever lived. And the nose reading that signature is built unlike anything you own. When you smell something coffee in the morning, rain on the way, one breath does two jobs at once. The same stream of air carries oxygen down to your lungs and scent up to the small patch of sensors near the top of your nose. You can't really separate the two. A dog can. Research by Brent Craven and his colleagues at Penn State mapped the airflow inside a dog's nose, breath by breath, and found something elegant. As a dog inhales, a portion of that air peels away from the path to the lungs and gets routed into a chamber set aside only for smelling. The two streams don't compete, and the slits you can see on the sides of your dog's nose let it push old air out without disturbing the new air coming in. Put those together, and you get something you can barely imagine. Your dog smells in an almost continuous flow, not in single sniffs with gaps in between, the way you do, but the way you see, in steady, uninterrupted light. There is no pause in it. So when your dog presses its nose into your skin and breathes in long and slow, take it seriously. That isn't a sniff, that is reading. While you take a breath, your dog takes a portrait. And that portrait holds far more than you'd expect. And in just a moment, I'll show you what's hidden inside your scent that turns it from a simple label into something closer to a story, and why it means your dog knows more about your day than you've ever told it. Stay with me. This is where it gets strange. Most of us imagine a smell as one flat thing. A room smells like dinner. A coat smells like rain. One note, and then it's gone. That isn't how your dog experiences it. Alexandra Horowitz, who runs the Dog Cognition Lab at Barnard College, describes a dog's world of scent as layered across time. Standing at a single fence post on your walk, your dog can read what passed by, roughly who, and roughly how long ago, like a page with several entries stacked on top of one another. Now turn that on you. Your scent signature isn't a fixed snapshot. It shifts through the day and carries traces of where you've been, what you've handled, and who you stood close to. By the time you get home, you are wearing your whole day on your skin without knowing it. So when your dog greets you and then carefully works over your hands, your bag, the cuffs of your jeans, it isn't just excited, it's catching up. It's reading the parts of your day you'd never think to mention. Your dog not only knows that you're home, it can smell where you've been without you saying a single word. So what happens when a signature like that gets stored? Remember what I said at the very start, that your dog could find you in a crowd with its eyes closed? We are almost exactly how, and it comes down to one decision your dog made about you a long time ago. A passing smell fades. The scent of someone your dog loves does not. Picture a busy weekend park. Dozens of people moving in every direction, 100 competing smells in the air, and then your dog's head comes up. It locks onto one direction and starts to pull before you're anywhere in sight, before you've called out, before it could possibly have seen your face. What you're watching is a match. The same trained dogs that can separate identical twins can also hold one target scent in mind and pick that person out of a lineup of strangers every time. Your dog runs that exact process on you. It carries your signature, and it checks the world against it. So that moment your dog finds you in the crowd before you've spotted them, the one that always feels a little like magic that's the match landing, your dog isn't scanning faces. It's searching for the one scent it already decided to keep. And that decision is the part most owners never hear. We have one idea left, and it's the one that's going to change how the next nose press from your dog feels. Stay with me to the end. It's late now. The house has gone quiet. Your dog crosses the room, settles against your side, and lets out a long breath with its nose tucked into you. You've seen it 1,000 times. Tonight, you know what it is. Strip all of this down to the cold biology, and somehow it only gets more moving. Of every signature your dog has ever caught, every person, every stranger, every passing scent in years of walks, yours is the one it learned by heart, the one it stored, the one it goes looking for, and not because anyone trained it to, because it chose to. It's the dog at the airport gate that lets 100 travelers walk past and then locks onto one. It's the dog that finds the worn shirt you left on the bed and lies down on it while you're gone, breathing in the only copy of you it has until you come back. To your dog, you were never just a face it learned to recognize. You are a scent it chose to remember for the rest of its life. And out of everyone on earth, it only ever needed to find you. So the next time your dog buries its nose into you and breathes you in, you'll know it isn't a habit. It's the one signature it chose to carry for life. I want to hear about yours. Does your dog find you the second you walk in, or does it press its nose into you like it's reading a letter? Tell me your dog's name and what it does down in the comments. I read everyone, and the fact that you stayed for all of this says something. You're the kind of owner who wants to understand your dog, not just keep one. Your dog already knows that about you. It figured it out a long time ago by scent. If you want to keep understanding your dog at this level, subscribe and stay close. Next, we're getting into what your dog is really telling you with the direction of its tail wag, and once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. Your dog has been saying more than you think.